All right. We are live on YouTube. Let's get Facebook going. Hello, YouTube. We're getting Facebook going here too. My name's Steve. For those of you just jumping in, I'm one of the instructors here on Melissa's team at the Insurance Exam Queen. Feel free to let me know what state you're studying in and which exam you're studying for. Hi, Coraline. And we'll be happy to jump in and help you. Addie, go out. Daddy's teaching, hon. Okay. Go out. Okay, go. Okay. Coraline studying both in Tennessee and Georgia. Nice. Which state are you going to take the exam in? Studying in Iowa for PNC. Just passed property, taking casualty tomorrow. Yes, great job. One down, one to go. Then you can start studying for your life and health. Let's ask us anything. Instructor Steve, go. There we go. Now Facebook should be live. Yes, there's Facebook. Paste. Save. Pin those comments. There we go. Okay. Hi, LM Moore. And then Hamilton. Taking life and health next Monday. Passed PNC on the first try. Nice. Taking life and health on Monday. Awesome, Hamilton. Great job. PNC down. Now you just got to get your life and health. That's fantastic. Great job getting it done on your first try. LM Moore, studying in Texas. BOP and CGL is a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. If you look in our gold package, Melissa has a great video breaking down all the commercial business policies. So the BOP, the CGL, all that good stuff. We have some real detailed videos in our gold package. Gold's going to teach you all the most tested topics and the easiest ways to remember in the most detail on exactly what to focus on to get your pass. So instead of worrying about studying here, here, and here, and maybe what might be on the test, Gold focuses on this is what they test on. Learn this and you'll be great. On Facebook, I have a set of links posted to the top, like what's important in my state for PNC and life and health. But then right under that is our gold versus platinum link. So that will tell you All the differences between our classic gold are gold and state, the gold plus, and platinum. So all of our gold tiers and platinum now include live classes. So even if you get the basic gold, that includes live classes all the way up through platinum. Let's see. Let's get that link going here on on YouTube as well. Facebook is nice because it lets me post all my links at once, where YouTube only lets me post certain links at a time. But here we go. So here is that gold versus platinum link on YouTube. Posting that into the comments now. That'll get you to our package screen to tell you the differences between those upper tiers. If you have any questions, please feel free to type those into the chats, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. Actually, both of those are really great free resources we have. So if you're just watching on Facebook, definitely check us out on YouTube. There's a number of great videos on there that will help you out. If you're watching on YouTube, definitely check out Facebook. Not only do we have a business page, the Insurance Exam Queen, that I'm live on right now, we also have the Insurance Exam Queen study group on Facebook. You don't have to purchase one of our packages to be added to that group. People are posting questions all the time, and it's a nice group atmosphere. People are in there answering your questions and pointing you in the right direction, and celebrating each other's passes, as well as trying to lift each other back up when someone misses a pass by a few points. The only silly question are the ones that you don't ask. Trust me, we've heard all sorts of questions, from content questions to as simple as, what should I focus on in my state? All kinds. Huge, wide range of questions we've heard. Nothing silly unless you don't ask it. If you're too afraid to ask it, and then you get to your test day and then wish you should have asked it, that's the silly question. So do not be shy. Horizon, taking your Georgia Personal Lines exam tomorrow. Any advice on what to focus on to study? If you're taking it tomorrow, take some deep breaths. Tell yourself that you've done enough. You're going to pass. You're smart. What I'd really like you to do is not worry about cramming tonight. You want to be able to get a good night's sleep tonight and not go into it tomorrow super anxious. So now's not the time to worry about really overloading yourself. If you haven't looked at it yet, I would look at your state exam content outline. You can find that. You said you're in Georgia, Personal Lines. So this works for any of the states. Search the state you're in, the test you're going to take, insurance exam content outline. So Horizon, Georgia, Personal Lines, insurance exam, content outline. It's going to be one of the first couple links that come up. Some states give you all the outlines on one document. Other states will just give you a direct link to that outline. You got to make sure you're looking at the heading to make sure that it's the right outline for the content you're studying and the line of authority you're studying. So you're going to want to look for that Personal Lines outline for Georgia, and it breaks it down by section. All the sections Georgia asks on and what's included in each of those sections. Skim that real fast just to say, yep, I studied that. I'm good. And you're great. I have faith. Go in tomorrow and say, I got this. I'm going to pass. Tomorrow morning, here's the video that I want you to watch. When you're eating your Wheaties and getting a good breakfast tomorrow, Horizon, I want you to watch this video that I'm putting into the chat now on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, the video that I'm talking about is already pinned to the top of the comments. It's called Pump to Pass. This is a meditation video that Melissa walks you through that says how much studying you've done, how smart you are, how awesome you are, what a wonderful career in insurance you're going to have. You're going to pass. Take some deep breaths and tell yourself that. I'm smart. I rock. I'm going to pass. Manifest that pass for yourself. Tanya on Facebook. I will look into this. You failed it second time today. You want to give up. Been studying for like 4 months on and off. So you're scared to take the exam again. Okay. Oh, no. Sorry. That's Angelica. Tanya. Sorry. I thought that was all one. Tanya. Okay. So you've taken it twice. You missed it today for your second time. And you're just wanting to give up. So take some deep breaths. And tell yourself, you got this. Look at those 2 score sheets. Let's hope that your score went up. Even if not, that's okay. You can still find your pass, even if your score went down the second time. From the first to the second time. That's okay. Don't worry about that. But just tell yourself, you got this. Look at those score sheets, especially the most recent score sheet. Try to break down. Some of the states break it down by numbers. Other states just give you a bar graph to show you how the fuller the bar graph, the more you got correct. Other states give you actual numbers and say, this is how many we ask on in this section. This is how many you got correct. What you do in that case then is take the number total, subtract out the number that you got correct, and it gives you the difference. That difference is actually the number of points you missed out on. And then look at what the passing score is for points and subtract out the total that's passing minus what you scored. And then that difference is what you need to get in addition to what you got this time to pass next time. So tell yourself then, wow, I only need 7 points, or I only need 3 points, or I need 13 points. I can do 13. We've had people come to us on the platinum group and need 17 points and think it was the end of the world. And they passed with like 25 points just by going through and looking at those differences and knowing where they needed to put their focus. And they were worried about getting 17 points. And like I said, I think they got 25 extra points on top of what they had before. So go back, look at where you need to study. I'd say look at the top 2 or 3 areas where you missed out on the most points and go back and do that. You're watching on YouTube. So watch our about to study video every single time you go to study. Every time. The about to study video is a nice meditation. It'll help push out those distractions and those negative thoughts and really help you harness in and retain what you're about to study. Angelica, you did say, I've been studying for like 4 months on and off, scared you haven't taken the exam. So if you've been studying 4 months, and each time, you said on and off, but each time you're putting your full heart and soul into it, and you just need that courage to pass the exam or to schedule your exam. if you don't have our gold package yet, you're really the kind of candidate that we say silver would be good for. Silver is great for someone who has been putting in all the work studying for months now, or maybe they have taken the exam and missed it by 2 points or by 5 points. And they just need a little bit of polishing and that confidence boost. Silver is really great for someone like you. Now, if you feel you need a little bit more than that confidence boost and polishing, definitely go gold. So, our gold class series has a 90% first time pass rate, 90% second time pass rate for those that have taken the test and missed it by a few points, regain their composure and go take it again. Those people also have a 90% pass rate with gold, and that applies to platinum as well. So our gold class series is the gold videos at their core with some downloadable notes and diagrams and that you can use. And then the gold plus state is our gold package with our state specific study guide. So it'll be a PDF document you can download that's specific to your state's laws and regulations. Then we have gold plus, which is all of the gold package with the state study guide and a practice quiz and exam bundle. And then we have platinum. Platinum is going to be our top tier package. It's the gold core videos at its core with the state study guide, with the quiz package, with the talk to a tutor texting group. You'll download the Telegram app on your phone or on your desktop computer or both. And at any time you have a question, Melissa and I, the insurance exam queen herself, Melissa Dillon, and I are in there to text in the group and answer your questions for you. We'll answer by audio or we'll text, either or. So definitely check that out if you feel you need the constant support. You wouldn't have to wait for me to go live or to join a live class to ask your questions. Now, the really cool thing we just rolled out this week is that every level of gold and platinum now include live classes. Before, you had to get the gold plus live or platinum to have live classes. Now, gold plus state, gold plus, and our live and our platinum all have live classes. So you'd log into your course dashboard and there's a class calendar in there to see what classes are being taught. And you can jump into one of them. You can jump into all of them. In addition to live classes, we do Kahoot game nights and game days where we run like quiz games on PNC and Life and Health both. So Tyson Smith, where do you start for someone who knows nothing about insurance? Go gold. Absolutely go with gold. Unless you're someone who really wants to be able to ask questions at any time, then go platinum. Then definitely go platinum. If you need that constant reassurance and just the tutor right in your back pocket, go platinum. Other than that, any of the tiers of gold will work for you. Any of the tiers of gold. Gold state, gold plus. They all have live classes. They all have the same videos. But if you know nothing about insurance and you're just starting out, go with gold unless you need that tutor in a pocket. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm happy to take your questions. Put those into the comments. If you're watching on Facebook, same thing. Same thing. The only silly questions are the ones that you don't ask. So please feel free to type those questions. So, yes, on YouTube we had a question: any random tips for studying PNC in California? So, really cool with California, PNC and Life and Health, as of the date of this live, are it's really cool that you only need a 60% on your state exam to pass in California for PNC and life and health as of the date of this recording. So 60%. So tell yourself that I only need a 60. If I get 100%, or if I get a 60 and the guy in the next cubicle that is taking the test at the same time as me gets 100%, both of our licenses are going to look exactly the same. It's not, my license isn't going to say that I only scored a 60%. And the interviewer at the insurance company that you go to take a job for isn't going to say, well, what did you score on the exam? They're going to say, did you pass? And if you say yes, and you say, here's my license, great. That's all they ask. So in California, you need a 60%. Most states you need 70. A few others you need a little bit higher than a 70. So just, check with your state regulations. Most states are 70, California is 60. Any of the states, I highly recommend you look at the state exam content outline. I said this earlier. How you find it is you search your state, the exam you're studying for, insurance exam content outline. So in your case, Sanchez, it would be California PNC insurance exam content outline. It's going to be one of the very first links that come up, one of the first few that'll take you to either your state's testing provider or your state's insurance department. Depends on the state. So then find the outline on that link. Some of them are direct link to that outline. Others are a huge PDF document. You kind of got to scroll through to find your state's outline for that test. But that's the way to find them. It breaks it down by section and then what they test on in each of those sections. But a great way to start with that is then pair that with your gold package. So our gold package, 90% first time pass rate, 90% second time pass rate. We teach you the most tested topics in the easiest ways to remember. Our YouTube videos are going to be a really great place to start just to see how we like to teach and if how our teaching methods are. And then the bronze is a little bit more detailed than silver or than YouTube. Sorry. Silver is a little bit more polished than that. We like to say bronze and silver are really great for someone who's been studying for months and hasn't had the courage to take the test yet, or someone who's missed their pass by like 5 or so points, and they just need a little bit of polishing to get them over the edge. Someone who's just missing by quite a few points or just starting out, definitely go gold though. And then that will pair right along with your state exam content outline. What is the price of the package? Just got in the live. So Wesley, let me put the link here for you. On YouTube, you ask this. There is the link, Wesley. I put into the comments again. That'll be a chart that tells you about our classic gold, the brand new as of today, gold plus state, the gold plus, and our platinum. Any of those levels work great for you. All the gold levels and platinum now also include live classes. That's brand new this week. So definitely look into that. The biggest difference in the platinum versus all the others is platinum actually has talk to a tutor function where you download an app on your phone or on your desktop or both. And Melissa and I are in there with the other students in platinum. Anytime you have a question, you can post that question into the chat and we answer it either via text or shoot you a quick audio response. And you don't have to wait for Melissa to do live tutoring or for a live class or for me to do one of these Ask Me Anythings to get what you need. You can ask questions at any time. And that's the big benefit of platinum. Perez. Hello. First time taking your test next month, property and casualty. Awesome, Perez. Wish you all the loves on the vibes on that test. I hope you're in gold. That way you're learning all the best topics, all the most tested topics, and the easiest ways to remember. And if you're not, here's the link. It's already pinned to the top, but on Facebook, here's that link here. Oh, wait. Let's do that. Copy specifically. Paste. There we go. Okay. Hi, Clara. Thank you for all the help. You passed your exam. Yes. In November. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. That's what we love to hear. That's what we love to hear. So happy for you. So, Perez, you said on Facebook, you just told me that you've been studying on our YouTube videos. You think Melissa's amazing, and just the YouTube videos alone have been helpful. Yeah, Melissa's great. You will actually hear the way Melissa says things on the videos and in class. The way Pete is the same way Peter and I are going to say things in class and teach things that, especially you'll hear Melissa's voice or you'll hear me say things in your head on the test. Just the funny way we pronounce certain words, like insurer and insured. You'll hear us say that. Like the insurer is the insurance company, the insured is the customer, the one that's insured, the one that's protected. So a hint with that, instead of just telling your brain to see insurer with a capital ER at the end and insured with a capital ED, another way on top of that, you can say, hey, I go to the ER when I need medical help. I go to the insurer when I need insurance help. If I buy insurance, I'm the one that's protected. So the insured is the one that's protected. So classic gold, Erica, is $99. $99. I just put into the comments the gold versus platinum link. That'll tell you the differences from classic gold all the way up through platinum. And there's always the option to upgrade too. So like let's say you do gold plus state or the golden state, which is the classic gold package with the state specific study guide. There's always the chance to upgrade to, let's say, platinum. If you do the golden state, you're like, you know what? I do want Steve and Melissa to be in my back pocket to ask them questions at any time. All you would do is pay the difference. So we would say gold is $299, or sorry, platinum is $299. Let's see, gold and state is brand new. as of today. We didn't used to have that. So let me see. 19. So gold and state, which is our standard gold package with the state specific PDF for your state laws and regulations, is 119. So let's say you purchase that today, and after some time you're like, I do wish that I did pay the full 299 for platinum because I wanted to be able to text Steve and Melissa. Instead of paying 299, now you've already paid 119. So we take 299 and subtract the 119, and you'd only pay 180 to upgrade to platinum from the gold and state. Thank you so much, Clara, for recommending us. That's amazing. We're so happy again for you getting your pass. We'll be ready for you to start your life and health whenever you're ready. We have a life and health package that'll be just as helpful for you. Lamore, studying PNC in Texas. You failed 3 times. Any suggestions? You had your license before. So you've now failed 3 times. I don't know how much you're failing by. Try to figure out what it is that's holding you back. Take some deep breaths. Let the stress of those failed attempts go away. And try to figure it out what it is that's holding you back. Look at those score sheets, especially your most recent score sheet. Go back and look at the areas where you are missing the most points, those like top 3 areas. Excuse me. And then focus on those spots. If you're worried about a job opportunity being taken away from you, maybe you're trying to get your license again to get a job that said, hey, you're hired as long as you pass this test. Don't let them holding that job over your head be what prevents you from passing, because there are so many jobs in insurance. You don't have to get into insurance through that one job. If they want to pull that job offer because you didn't pass fast enough for them, or maybe you missed it by the first attempt, but you had got it your second attempt, let them take that job. Maybe that place wasn't the best for you. At the Insurance Exam Queen, we love to tell you, you are exactly where you need to be right now. So maybe that job wasn't the best opportunity for you if they want to pull that job offer, and you'll get your pass when your story says you're supposed to pass, but your pass is coming. Where do you, Erica, you said, where do you buy? Thank you. You passed the Excel exam. What should you get? Which one should you get for Florida? So if you already passed your Florida Excel, Erica, you're one step closer. You've met that Florida state approved pre-licensing requirement. So what I would say is get gold. If start with gold, at least gold. You've already hit your. If you want the study guide, go gold and state. That'll be Florida specific laws and regulations. Any of the tiers have the live classes. So as long as you pick gold, gold and state, gold plus, or platinum. Bronze and silver do not include live classes. But as long as you go gold or higher, you get those live classes. Any of those will be great for you. If you do want that constant support where you can ask Melissa and I questions at any time, that's where you'll want to go platinum. And this link here is the Gold versus Platinum chart. You can actually purchase PNC or Life and Health at any of those levels directly from that link. Let's see. Loca PNC test this Friday for state of Kansas City. Any tips? So, any of the states you're studying in, I want you to look at your state exam content outline, search your state, the test you're about to take, insurance exam content outline. So, PNC or Kansas City. So, Missouri PNC insurance exam content outline. One of the first couple links that come up, and find that link. It's either going to be from your state insurance department website or your testing providers for your state's website. Scroll through the document that they put up and find that outline. It breaks it down by section and exactly what they test on in each of those sections. Something really cool for any of you that are listening. Don't care what state you're in. If it's PNC Life and Health, I don't care if you're in DC and you're studying PNC Life and Health. It's all multiple choice. There are no short answer, no essay on any of the tests. So there will be a question and 4 possible answers, A, B, C, or D. So on every one of the questions, the answer is right in front of you. You just have to know the content enough to be able to decipher which one of those 4 is the answer that they're looking for. Kinley, hi, just joined the Gold. When do we get the live alerts? So, in Gold, if you're looking on a mobile device, in the top right-hand corner, you'll see the 3 lines called a hamburger. Click on those 3 lines, and a menu will drop down, and you'll see on the bottom of that menu a link for live classes. The live class calendar will open up, and you'll be able to find the live classes that we're offering. If you're looking on a desktop or on a normal web browser, like on a laptop or desktop, open your Insurance Exam Queen course, and instead of being in the top right-hand corner, it's just on the left-hand side of the screen. And you'll see at the bottom of that list, it'll say live classes. So click on that link, and that opens up that same live class calendar. I'm actually teaching tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I teach a live how to make flashcards and general study skills class where we talk about how to make flashcards. Some people haven't used flashcards since high school or college. And they're like, I wouldn't know where to start on how to make flashcards. We talk about that. We talk about some basic study skills. We talk about what the difference is between testing remotely versus in person. Lots of cool stuff in that class. And that happens Wednesday night at 7:30 Eastern. So look for that on the class calendar for tonight. Clara, yes. Working to open your insurance company indefinitely. When you're ready for health and life, you will buy Melissa's courses. Awesome. Can't wait to see you in class again. Meninder studying for life and health. Want to take the exam at the end of the month or next month. Awesome. Can't wait. Meninder, you've been in my Kahoot game, so that's awesome. Looking forward to see you getting your pass. King from space. Hey, what's going on? More, thank you so much for the information you need to hear. Absolutely. All right, let's see. Sandy on Facebook failed the Michigan Life and Health 4 times. You were 1 short 3 times the same week. So you look to take a break for the last 2 weeks. So, Sandy, what I want you to do is you're failing by 1.3 times in a row. Trust me, I know that pain. Before I got into insurance, I worked in education and behavioral health for over 10 years. Right out of college, I I was missing. There's the general teacher's certification course. I passed that test on my first try, and then there was the deep content knowledge for like the secondary tests. I kept missing that darn test by 1 point. I missed it by 1.3 times in a row, just like you said. I know what missing by 1 point feels like. It's not it's not fun. Um, but the good thing is the pass eventually came. Regroup, let the frustrations go, and it was that time that you know I I let out a cry and I said, I don't know if this is going to happen for me. But you know what? That's what we said before. So this time I'm going to pass. And I'm not going to be worried. I'm not going to change answers. I'm just going to go in and say, whatever happens, happens. And I think what's going to happen, or I know what's going to happen this time is I'm going to pass. And it was that time that I did pass. So start trusting yourself. Look at your most recent score sheet. I know you said you're only missing by 1 point, but look at your most recent score sheet. Figure out the top 2 areas where you missed the most amount of points and go back and study those. Normally, I tell people to look at their top 3 areas. You're missing by 1 point. Just focus on like brushing up on those top 2 areas where you're missing the most amount of points. Even even studying the general insurance terms will really help you possibly score that 1 point you need. Uh, this I gave the same advice to a former coworker of mine. Just opened her own agency and hired somebody here in Pennsylvania, and she missed her test by 1 point. And I said, go back and look at those top 2 areas and watch a video on general insurance terms. She ended up scoring 12 extra points. She needed one. The next time she scored an extra 12 points. So just let out those feelings, take some deep breaths, and start manifesting that pass for yourself. Study those top 2 areas where you missed the most points. Watch a general insurance video and go rock it. You got this. Your pass is coming. I feel like this next time is going to be your time. You got it. Chrissy, you have to get your all lines license in Florida for adjusting. Do you offer any training for this? Yes. So we do have an adjuster's course on insuranceexamqueen.com. We have a link under our courses. We have a gold adjuster's course and a platinum. So gold is going to be all of our gold videos. And then we have an additional instructor. Her name is Angela. She does all the adjuster's courses, adjuster videos. If you do the adjuster's platinum, you get all of our gold. You get our gold course. You get those adjusters gold videos from Angela. And then you also get added to that texting study group where you not only have access to Melissa and myself, but you also have access to Angela as well because you're in the platinum adjusters group. But with Florida, also remember that you need pre-licensing that's state approved. Here at the Insurance Exam Queen, we are not quite to the point where state approved. We can be supplementary to any of the states you study in. Some of the states you don't need pre-licensing. You literally could walk in, schedule your test, and go take it without ever studying insurance. We highly don't recommend that. It's a tough test that you need to be studying for. Our courses can help you get there. But if you're in one of those states that still requires the state approved pre-licensing, you have to go through someone like Excel or ExamFX or AD Banker or any of the other state approved places to get that state approved checkbox and use our content to really focus on what's studying or what to study for the test. So we like to say, get both courses, your Excel course and our course here at the Insurance Exam Queen. Watch all of our content, and then you can basically click through the content in your pre-licensing course and pass their final test, which will give you the certificate that says you finished their state approved course. On YouTube, I already have it pinned to the top, but let's do this. Let's go here. Gold. Copy URL. Make sure this, we just changed some of our links. Make sure this one still works. There we go. Okay. So this is our Excel Insurance Exam Queen partnership link. If you need one of those state approved courses, we recommend using this partner link. And here it is on YouTube. Let me pull that back up. So here, copy URL, paste. So this Excel Solutions Insurance Exam Queen link will get you your state approved course through Excel if you're in a state that needs state approved study. Then it will also, because you used our link to purchase their course, we're going to enroll you on our Classic Gold for free. So you get a $9 discount on their state approved course through Excel, and then we enroll you in the Classic Gold for free. Now that's just Classic Gold though. So that doesn't exactly work for you. Chrissy, because that's not going to be the adjuster's course. So that would give you all the Classic Gold content, but not the adjuster's content you'll need, at least on our end. But it would checkbox the Florida pre-licensing requirement. Let's see. Okay. Let's go back over. No one's saying anything yet on YouTube. Let's go back over to Facebook and see what they are saying. Absolutely, Sandy. Tiffany, studying PNC in Ohio, struggling with the most commercial. What package would be best for you? So, Tiffany, go gold. Go gold, go gold, go gold. So, gold is going to be our most tested topics in the easiest ways to remember in the most detail. If you want the state, not state approved, the state specific study guide to go with that course, you'll want to go at least gold and state. If you go gold plus, you'll also get that state study guide with some quizzes and extra quizzes and exams. And then platinum is all of that gold goodness with the ability to text Melissa and I at any time. Excuse me. So you won't have to wait for us to go live for tutoring or for an Ask Me Anything or for a live class. You could just log on at any time, type your question, and when Melissa and I see it, we jump in and give you an answer, either via text or audio response. So if you want all that level of support, go platinum. If not, gold would be great for you as well. We have a 90% first time pass rate for gold, 90% second time pass rate for anyone who's, missed it by a few points that first time, need to regain their composure, go back and study what some areas they missed the most points, and they end up passing to 90% second time pass rate. So you got this. Definitely go gold. Any of our gold tiers and the platinum now include live classes. That's something new this week. Before, you had to get the gold plus live or platinum, which were our top two courses. Now, any level of gold, golden state, gold plus, and platinum all include the live classes. Yeah, so Chrissy, you said you already signed up for pre-licensing through Adjuster Pro, and it's a lot to learn on your own. So, yeah, a lot of those pre-licensing courses are a lot to learn on your own. It's a lot of reading and like Bueller. So, now that you have that course, I'm not worried about you checking that box for Florida. You'll still have to finish that to get the certificate that says you finished it and met those Florida requirements. But if you go with our gold package, you'll get the 30 plus hours of video that will really harness in on those most tested topics. You'll get Angela's videos if you do our adjusters gold or our adjusters platinum. If you go as high as platinum, you'll have Melissa, myself, and Angela in your pocket. So, yeah, we can help get you there for sure. And again, I can't say this enough because this is so cool that we did this week. We're now including the gold or the live classes in any level of gold. So, yeah, definitely take advantage of that while that lasts. Tiffany, been using ExamFX. Amount of information is a lot to retain. You remember something help memorizing all the details. So, Tiffany, one of the really cool things with our course is we're not just going to try to teach you everything about insurance that those pre-licensing courses try to teach you. We're going to say, hey, this is what they test on. This is all what you need for the job that you can very easily learn on the job. But this is what we test on in your state or what they like to test on. So focus on this right here. That's our packages. Very focused on what is most commonly tested. Telling yourself, hey, if I get a passing score, most states is 70, California is 60. A handful of states are a little higher than 70, but most are 70. California, like I just said, California is 60. In California, if you get a 60%, you pass. If the guy in two cubicles over that's taking the same test as you at the same time scores 100%, your license and his license look the same. No one's going to say to you on your interview, hey, what did you score? They're going to ask you if you passed, but they don't care what your score was. Your license doesn't say what your score was. As long as you passed, you have a license. So don't tell yourself, I have to get 100% to pass. That's going to put way too much stress on yourself. I need a 70. I got this. I'm smart enough to get a 70. I put in so much study and I know I'm going to get more than a 70. But I only need a 70 or I only need a 60. This is California. I got this. Yes, Kinley. So if Melissa writes, you write. If Melissa repeats herself, you write it down. If Peter repeats himself or draws a picture, write that picture down. If we say things a funny way, write that down and you start saying it a funny way when you see those words. Like when you see insurer, I want you to say insurer or insured. Don't say insured, say insured when you see that word. Picture in your brain insurer with a capital ER at the end. Picture insured with a capital ED at the end. Because insurer and insured are spelled the same, minus that ER and the ED. So if you train your brain to hear it a certain way and see it a certain way, you won't get those two words mixed up, especially when they're written in a question together or written in an answer together. Your brain won't be trying to flip flop them and make it like a tongue twister. You'll just breeze right through it and know what it's actually asking you. So, Lamore, you said, how long do you have after purchase? That's a great question, and I didn't cover that, and that's my fault. From the day you register and you open the course, you have 100 straight calendar days to access those videos. So you can watch all 30 plus hours of video and open and close all the PDFs as many times as you want for 100 days. Join into as many live classes that we host you want for 100 days. Be in the Platinum texting group for 100 days. From whenever you register, you get 100 days. But that's a great question. So, Kinley, I do cover how to take notes in my flashcard study skills class that I typically teach every Wednesday night. I'm actually teaching that here at 7:30 p.m. tonight, Eastern Standard. Excuse me. One of the great things I'll tell you with note taking is this is a Bic pen. Sorry, my kids wrapped twisty ties around it. Not an endorsement at all. I'm not affiliated with them. But this Bic pen has multiple colors. I just saw it last week. I didn't check it this week. Last week, Walmart had a 3-pack of these with all different colors. They're normally like just under $8. Walmart had it on rollback for just under $5 last week. I didn't check to see if it was still on rollback, but a 3-pack of all different colors. So that's 12 different colors you can use to change out your note colors. It really makes your notes pop. Something else I'll tell you to do with your notes is I like to rewrite them after I'm done with that video. So I'll write the title of the video at the top of the margin. And then as I'm writing my notes, after the video's over, I rewrite them really nice and clean. Because as the video is playing and you're pausing, rewinding, the notes kind of look like chicken scratch. It's not the nicest. It's not the most organized. So after that video's over, cleanly rewrite those notes. Any definitions I wrote out, I put at the top of that screen, or not screen, sorry, that page, just to pull those out. That way you have a key word from that video right at the start of your notes. And then I go through and rewrite the notes section by section, bullet point by bullet point, to make it nice and neat. Something else I've started doing is as the video, and I tell people to do, as the video plays and Melissa starts talking about different topics, in the margin, write a little timestamp to what part of the time in the video that is. That way, a week from now, when you're looking over your notes and you start taking your quizzes, any questions you're missing, you can say, oh, I really wish I would have took a better note on that, or I want to hear Melissa in her voice talk about this section again. Instead of having to watch that whole video, you could say, oh, she talked about the ways to handle risk at 2 minutes and 30 some seconds in this video. And then go to that video, that timestamp, and there you go. That's exactly that part of the video. So that will really help you as well with your note taking. In our gold package, there are downloadable notes now that were pre-made for you. Now, the thing with that is then you miss out on actually handwriting them yourself. Handwriting your notes will drastically increase the amount that it sticks into your head. So even if you download our pre-made notes, what I want you to do is to copy them. Handwrite them out yourself. If you're just going to download ours, take the time to handwrite them. Don't just click print, skim over them once and never look at them again. That's not helpful. That's just as helpful as the guy who bought the gold package, watched it for 5 minutes, and then told me he didn't understand why he wasn't passing. That he bought gold, and I said gold would help him, but he only watched gold for 5 minutes. You could download all the notes and print them off and waste all the ink in your printer, but unless you actually use those notes, it's not going to help you. So I would say handwrite the notes if you're going to use and copy them if you're going to use our pre-made ones. Great, William. You did the life and health package with Peter. Great. Yeah, Peter's a great life and health instructor. Any other questions before we log off of here and get ready for the flashcard class tonight? Remember, if you are a part of any of our gold packages, you get the live classes included at no extra cost. So here one last time on YouTube for tonight, there's the gold versus platinum link to see the difference between all of our tiers that include the live classes. And then on Facebook, let's get that link for you again. Gold versus platinum, copy, paste. There we go. So like I said, you can purchase the life and health or PNC packages directly from there. If you are in a state that still requires state approved pre-licensing, you'll have to use this as supplementary. You still have to use a course like Excel. So use our Excel solutions link to get that state approved course and our gold study course or our platinum. But we're almost there to where we can be state approved and you can only use us. But right now we're supplementary. If you're in a state that still requires pre-licensing. If you're not in one of those states, great, you can use just us. We can more than get you there. Same with the other states, but you got to hit that. You got to get that certificate from them that says you studied for a certain amount of time and, checked all those boxes. But if you're not in a state that requires the pre-licensing, even better, just use our course and we'll help get you your pass. Any last minute questions before we go? Nothing coming up on YouTube. Nothing's coming up on Facebook. Well, love to thank everyone for joining in tonight. All the participation. Wishing everyone all the loves, all the vibes. Make sure you look up your state exam content outlines. Pick one of our courses. At least gold will be the best bet for you. We have a 90% first-time pass rate. As you go up to gold, remember you get more resources. And then there's the platinum where you get to text me and Melissa at any time. So choose that as an option as well. That gold versus platinum link will help get you there. You can buy life and health or PNC directly from those links. Wishing everyone all the loves, all the vibes. Extra sprinkles on top for those testing this week. And wish everyone all the best. See you next time. And YouTube and Facebook. Or Facebook ended. See you later, YouTube.